alaikum and a pleasant morning to you all. You had promised the energy level as 100, isn't it? But I could hear only about 5 to 10 decibels of sound. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes!
Great. Let me first express my heartfelt gratitude to all the team members of Nammanada of Buddha, which has taken the challenge of developing the community through various programs which ultimately benefit you all who are present here. And let me congratulate Mr. Sami and his team for taking up this initiative. And I am sure this will definitely benefit every one of you. It all depends on how you take it up. So once again, are you ready for the transformation?
Yes!
Are you ready for the transformation?
Yes!
Are you ready for the transformation?
Yes!
All right, great. For the last, you want me to stand here or you want me to go to the stage? Okay. For the last 1.5 years, you had online classes. Yes?
Yes.
Enjoyed the online classes?
Yes.
Which is better, online or offline?
Offline.
Offline. Okay. So you have learned something, at least even in this online class durations also, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now onwards, we need to be ready for the blended mode, offline as well as online. Now this pandemic has created a lot of transformations. For some, it has been beneficial, and for some, it was a distress. But you know, Allah has mentioned in Quran, "Inna ma'al usri yusra." After every difficulty, there will be a relief. So we are passing this difficult situation, but you should never lose hope in the Creator. The moment you start losing hope and start cursing the Creator, from that moment onwards, blessings that has been showered by Allah may be cut. So even in this difficult situation, let us be mentally prepared and let us hope for the best, that everything will become normal soon and you all will enjoy the benefits. Inshallah. Let me tell you a short story about a king and a minister. Who is this king? How do you say that it is Akbar? If it is Akbar, then who is this? Okay. Now let us see the story. Once this king was playing with this sword in his courtyard, and as he was playing with the sword, a small part of the finger got damaged. And the minister who was present there, he said, "Very good." But the minister said, "Very good." So king got annoyed, he got angry. Injury has happened, and the minister says, "Very good." He got upset. So he called his army men and directed the army men to put this minister behind the bars. That means to the jail. So he was in the jail. And for the wound to heal, it took 3 months. For the wound to heal. But a small part of the finger has to be cut. It cannot be joined. It was a major damage created to the finger. So there was no option for it to get joined. after 3 months, as I told you, the wound was healed. So one day he decided to go for hunting to the forest. So he went alone with his horse deep into the forest. And as he went deep into the forest, these tribals caught him. They did not know that he was king. Even if they knew that he was king, for them it is nothing to do. So they caught him and they decided that the king, this person's life has to be sacrificed to their goddess. So they decided that the king's life will be given as a sacrifice to their goddess. That means he is going to be killed now. But there is a condition. If they want to give his life as a sacrifice to the goddess, they have to examine each and every part of his body. And on examination, what they found? Small part of the finger is missing. Then what they said? Since a small part of the finger is missing, we cannot give his life as sacrifice to our goddess, and they left him. And this king directly went to the jail where the minister is behind the bars. And he explained, this is what has happened in the forest. And the minister said, yes, I said everything happens for good. Because of that small incident which has happened, he has lost his finger. Today he has saved his life. And the king asked the minister, you say everything happens for the good. But you are in this jail, struggling here for the last 3 months. Do you consider this also to be good? And the minister said, yes, my lord, even that is for good. And the king did not understand. What is he saying? He is struggling here and he says that this is for good. Then he asked the minister, why do you say that it is good? And the minister said, if I was not in this jail, I would have accompanied you to the forest. And tribals would have caught both of us. They have left you because you have small part of the finger is missed. But for me, everything is intact and I would have been killed. So everything happens in our life is also for good. We have to consider like that. Everything happens with the calculations of the Allah, nothing else. Do you agree?
Yes.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. So now, don't get repentant, don't think about pandemic, don't think about the financial things that has lost. Start a new beginning. So everything happens for good, and after every difficulty there will be a relief. Remember that. Today, we have gathered here to sharpen our mind. Have you seen your mind? Have you seen your brain? No? Have you seen others' brain? Others' brain? Have you seen? How many of you have seen the real brain? Raise your hands. Not yours. Your brain you can't see. Others' brain. How many of you have seen? At least in the museum you might have seen. Okay. At least the picture of the brain you have seen. How many of you have seen? Raise your hands. Okay. Everyone. You have not seen the picture of the brain? You have to raise your hand and respond. Okay. Have you seen your mind? How many of you have seen your mind? Raise your hands. Nobody. How do you know then whether the mind exists or not? Isn't it? Okay. Have you experienced happiness in your life?
Yes.
Everyone?
Yes.
Have you experienced the sadness in your life?
Yes.
At some point of time you might have experienced tiredness.
Yes.
At some other point of time you are energetic.
Yes.
Sometimes you are motivated. Sometimes you are demotivated, isn't it?
Yes.
So these are all different states of mind. Mind behaves in different ways in different circumstances. The reason is mind is controlling you. Who is controlling you?
Mind.
Who is the owner of your mind? Allah has given you a powerful mind. Now, who is the owner of your mind? You are the owner of your mind, isn't it? So, who should control your mind? You should control. That's what I am going to tell you in the next 1 hour. This is a very vast subject. Maybe for years if you learn also, you will never get exhausted. But I am giving you like a capsule what are all very, very important for you at this level. Okay. have any subjects that you experience difficulty? Which one?
Science.
Huh? Mathematics. Majority will say mathematics. Okay, how many of you find mathematics difficult? Raise your hands. Okay. Be sincere. There are no marks for this. Only when we realize the problems we can solve it. Do not hide it. How many of you find science difficult? Okay. How many of you find science easy? How many of you find mathematics easy? Okay, see, there are people. Some find mathematics difficult, some find mathematics easy. Now let us see what is the problem in this. And I will give you certain tips here, because the topic is not about studying today, topic is something else, but in between, if it is relevant, I will just connect it to the studies also. How to make the subjects easier. Now many of you said mathematics is difficult. Why it has become difficult also we will analyze. Sometimes you study well and go to the exam hall. Correct? And in the exam hall, sometimes you become blank. Whatever you do, you will not remember. And then after the duration of the exam is over, you come out of the exam hall. And evening when you talk with your friends, or when you drink a cup of coffee, or when you take bath, you will remember suddenly what you had forgotten in the exam hall. How many of you experienced this? Raise your hands. Okay. All this can be corrected by believing in the powers which is hidden in your. Okay. Now, kindly take care of this. If you have mobiles, kindly put it in the silent mode or switch it off. Okay, let it not affect the flow of the sessions. Now, you have a powerful brain. What do you have? You have two things which are extremely powerful. What are those? One is brain. Other one is mind. Both are extremely powerful. Now, what is the food that is required to your brain? It doesn't require biryanis or ice creams or chicken, nothing. So what your brain requires? Now you know, you might have heard about the neurons. Brain cells are called as neurons. So how to energize our neurons? That means you have to give some food. So what food the neurons want to have? They would like to have only two things. What is that? Blood and oxygen. So what is the food for the brain? Blood and oxygen. So how you have to supply blood and oxygen to your brain? It's very simple. You don't have to go to hospitals or a medical store asking for blood and oxygen to be supplied to the brain. Can you give drips into the brain directly? No. That is the end of your life. You can give it here, but not to your brain. Then, how to supply this blood and oxygen to your brain? You would like to try this now? In just 30 seconds? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, you have to sit straight. Sit straight with your spine perpendicular to your thigh. Don't measure it with the protractors, whether it is 90 degree or not, approximately is sufficient. Okay. And keep your hands on your thigh. Let the legs be flat on the floor. And place your tongue touching the upper part, upside. And you have to close your mouth. Okay, now what you have to do is, you have to take a deep breath. Very, 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 very slowly. And as you inhale, you have to say in your mind, your mouth is locked, mouth is closed, don't disturb the mouth. Tongue is also locked. So you have to say in your mind, I am supplying blood and oxygen to my brain to energize the neurons. What do you have to say? I am supplying blood and oxygen to my brain, not to the mind. To my mind I will come later. To the brain. Why? To energize the neurons. Repeat what you will say while inhaling. I am supplying blood and oxygen to my brain to energize the neurons. Neurons are brain cells. While exhaling, nothing. Just say relax in your mind. Don't say anything else. And you have to do this 7 times. How many times? Minimum of 7 times at a stretch you need to do. Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. And you have to close your eyes. Is it clear? Shall we do it now for 30 seconds?
Yes.
Okay. Let us do it for 3 to 4 times. I am just making you to understand because of the lack of time. We will do it only for 3 times. Okay? But you have to do it very, very slowly. As soon as you inhale, hold it for 6 seconds there. Then exhale. And if there are any hypertensive patients, those who are having blood pressure, you should inhale, do not hold it, immediately exhale. Is it clear? Okay. So close your eyes. Legs flat on the floor. Hands on your thigh. And close your eyes. Tongue touching the upper side. And take a deep breath. So as you inhale, say in your mind, I am supplying blood and oxygen to my brain to energize the neurons. Do it as slowly as possible. So many distractions might come, don't get upset, let it come, it will go on its own. Just focus on your breath and say in your mind, I am supplying blood and oxygen to my brain to energize the neurons. And as you exhale, say relax, relax, relax. Again continue. I have demonstrated, I have told you how to hold your hands. Some did not understand. Okay. Keep it on your thigh. Okay, take a deep breath and close your eyes. As you inhale, say in your mind, I am supplying blood and oxygen to my brain to energize the neurons. And as you exhale, just say relax. One more time you do. Slowly. Slowly. My dear friends at the back, listen. Slowly. Do it. Do it. It's for you to learn some new skills. Now, let the eyes be closed. Let the eyes be closed. Don't open. You rub your hands against each other. Rub your palms against each other. Generate heat as much as possible. Visi aapeko. Okay. Once it gets heated up, then place it on your eyes and face, and then slowly open your eyes. Okay. Now, this, if you want to enjoy the benefit of this activity, minimum of 7 times you have to do it, and every hour you do it till you get adjusted to that. Whenever you are traveling, you do it. But whenever you are walking, don't do it. Because you are supposed to close your eyes. Whenever you are driving, don't do it. Breathing you can do, and breathing you are doing it. But here it is the focused breathing by superposing the thoughts. These thoughts, when mixed with the breath, that is making it more powerful. Okay? And one thing I will tell you, whatever you say, your mind will say yes. And your mind is your best servant. It will obey your instructions with some activity. I will demonstrate this and do it. Otherwise you will not believe it. Okay? Yes. So this is called as an executive meditation, which is used to energize the neurons of the brain. Now next time, whenever you feel something tired or sad, don't drink glucose. This is sufficient. This is much powerful than the glucose that you drink, because you have a very, very powerful tool, that is your brain and your mind too, which is making it extremely powerful with this breathing exercise. Oh. Now you see how to activate your brain in another method. Now we have the left brain as well as the right brain. Left brain governs the right part of your body, and right part of the brain governs the left part of your body. Okay? So we need to activate both parts of our brain effectively. How to do that? When we were small, our teachers used to give punishment by doing what is that? Buskies. Now are you given any punishment of that sort? Our teachers can't give that, right? They will be put behind the bars. That is the situation today. So what you need to do is, you consider this as an exercise, not as a punishment. Teachers were doing that not as a punishment. With the name of the punishment, they were activating your brain, but they did not tell that. Therefore, you were reluctant to do that first. This is the science behind it. So what you have to do is, you have to press your earlobes. First you press this. Press it hard, hard and hard for 10 seconds. Then leave it. Then press another one for 10 seconds. Press it hard, not simply touching it, you have to press it. Okay? Then leave it. Again do this. Again leave it. Again do this. So this around 5 to 6 times you have to do. This is another way to activate both parts of your brain. First one is the breathing exercise. Second one is this pressing alternate earlobes. Okay? So these two methods will make the brain, will energize the brain. You understood both the methods? You understood these two methods?
Yes.
Any doubts? Okay. Now, conquer yourself. There was a saying, it is better to conquer yourself than to win thousands of battles. It is a statement by Gautama Buddha. He says, winning thousands of battles will not give you happiness. What gives you happiness is when you win over yourself. When you are able to have a control over yourself. That is the real happiness that you are going to get. And unleash the power within you. When Allah has created us, He has given to each and every one of us a supreme power. It is within us. So we have to believe in the powers given by Allah and start working. Everything depends on the faith. And redesign your destiny. Today you will learn many new tools, many new techniques. Today full day is like educative session for you. So with all this, you will definitely able to redesign your destiny. How many of you have goals in your life? Raise your hands. How many of you have goals in your life? What you want to do in your life? Maybe next year what you want to do. After 3 years where you want to see yourself. After 5 years where you want to see yourself. After 10 years where you want to see yourself. That goal you should create now. If you have not done it, do it today. Okay, now many students raise their hands. I congratulate you all. And now the second question is, how many of you have written down your goals? How many of you have written down your goals? Well, maybe only one, I guess. Only one, you see. There is a difference between having the goals and writing the goals. Having the goals is only in your mind. But if you are not writing it, then there is no commitment. Today your goal will be something, tomorrow the goal will change, day after tomorrow the goal will change, next month the goal will again change. It keeps on changing because there is no commitment. So what you need to do is, after setting the goals, you have to write your goals and paste it in your room. If you feel that no one should see, paste it inside the book. That makes a difference. So how many of you are ready to write your goals by today itself? Tomorrow will not come, today itself. What you want to do, today evening after going home you have to do it. Don't wait for tomorrow. Okay, don't think that January, let it go. February 1st I will start. February 1st comes, then you will say, February, you don't want. February only 28 days or 29 days, don't want. 30 days or 31 days where I will start. You will never start. So, if you want to do something different, do it or start it when? Today itself. Okay? Yeah. Now, the treasure house is within you only. And there is a lot of unlimited power within your mind. I will give you only one or two examples here. You look at this building. What is this? Where is it? What is the height of this building? 828 meters. It's not an easy task to build or construct a building of 828 meters. The architect of this is William F. Baker. Did he directly start constructing the building? No. Or did he start directly drawing the building? No. This building had 3 forms. How many forms?
3 forms.
First form of this building was created in his mind. Where is it created? In his mind. How is it? If you want to do something different, something creative, you should wake up early in the morning, 4 o'clock or 4:30. That is the right time to wake up. And we have a lot of things to do after waking up. What do you do? What is the first thing that you do after finishing your brushing up and all ablution? Then what do you do? What do you do? What namaz? What? Fajr is later. 4 o'clock, what Fajr is? Then what do you do? Make dua, read Quran. How many of you will make a commitment to yourself from tomorrow onwards? I will wake up at least by 4:30. How many of you are there to, what is that? Make a commitment to yourself. Nobody will force you. It is only for you. If you look at the history of all the successful people, 2 things you will find in common in all of them. One is, they all will wake up very early, 4 to 4:30. And they all read a lot and lot of books. So, this is the secret of success actually. Okay. Now, first was created in his mind. Only he can see. Now, for example, I'll just give one example. How many of you have a dream to construct your own house? Okay. Now, you just close your eyes and imagine what type of house, what should be the shape, what should be the structure of that house. Can you just imagine? Can you see the picture? Can you see the picture? That is the first stage of the house. He was able to visualize this in his mind. So first stage of the building is not constructed here. The first stage of the building is constructed where? In his mind. We call this as subtlest state. Or in Kannada or Malayalam you say Ati Sukshma Rupam. Which Rupam? Ati Sukshma Rupam. Ee building na Ati Sukshma Rupam ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಯಾದದ್ದು ಇವರ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ಅಲ್ವಾ? So that is the first stage. Is it clear?
Yes.
Now you visualize the picture of the house. What you visualize, you can see? No. What is there in your mind, can you see? No. Suppose you want to show this to others, what you have to do? You have to draw. Or with the help of the laptop or computer, you will have to structure it, you have to do it. Now others can see. This is the second stage of the building, when others can see. Where is the first stage? Mind. Second stage, either in the paper if you are drawing, or in the laptop if you are doing the animation. This is the second stage. It is called as Sukshma Rupam, or in English you call it as subtle state. First one is the subtlest, or in Kannada? First one, Ati Sukshma. Second one, in English, subtle. In Kannada, Sukshma. First one, Ati Sukshma. ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ಕಾಣುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಬೇರೆಯವರಿಗೆ ಕಾಣಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಆಗ ಎರಡನೇ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ಗೆ ಬಂತು. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್? ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ರೂಪ. ಇದು ಎರಡು ಆದ ನಂತರವಲ್ವಾ ಈ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುದು. ಥರ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್, ಆಕ್ಚುಯಲ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್. Once the building is completed, the third stage is over. This is called as physical stage, or in Kannada you call it as Sthula Rupam. So ಎಷ್ಟು ರೂಪಂ ಇತ್ತು ಈ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಗೆ? ಯಾವುದೆಲ್ಲ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಅತಿ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ರೂಪಂ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು? ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಮೈಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ರೂಪಂ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು? ಪೇಪರ್ ಆರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಉಳಿದವರಿಗೆ ಕಾಣ್ತದೆ. ಮೂರನೇ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ. So how many stages quickly? First 3. First one Ati Sukshma. Second Sukshma. Third one Sthula. Sthula Rupam. Physical form. Is it clear? Ati Sukshma Rupam, Sukshma Rupam, Sthula. Clear ಆಯ್ತಾ? Clear ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು, ನೀವು ಏನು ಗೋಲ್ಸ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಉಂಟಾ ಅದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆಗ ಯಾವ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ? ಅತಿ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ. ಅದನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ತರಬೇಕು? ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ. ಅದು ಬರೆದ ನಂತರ you have to put it into action. Then only the third stage will be completed. So first and second stage now itself you can do. So usually in our workshop we do it there itself. But here, because of the lack of time, I am asking you to do it at home.
Okay, look at this example. ಏನಿದು exceed 4,000 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನು? The height of this proposed building is 4,000 meter. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್? 4 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್. ಎಲ್ಲಿ? ಈಗ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ? Which stage? First or second or third? Second. Why you call it as second? You are able to see the picture at least. ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಈ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳುದು ಇನ್ನು ಜಪಾನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಬರೋ ಲಕ್ಷಣ ಉಂಟು. ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಹೈಟ್ ಅದು? ಆಗ ನೀವು ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಗ ಯಾವ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಅದು? ಫಸ್ಟ್. Now you are able to see this. And maybe after few years you will be able to complete the, you will be able to see it in the third stage. Look at this. Who are these two people? Wright brothers. Original Wright and Wilbur Wright. What are they actually? Aeronautical engineers ಅವರು. ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅವರು? What were they doing actually? They were bicycle repairers. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು ಅವರು? ಸೈಕಲ್ ರಿಪೇರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರು. So one day they started dreaming that they are creating a flight and all human beings are traveling in it or flying in it. ಯಾವ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟು? ಅತಿ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ. ಮತ್ತೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? ಹೇಗೆ? ಅದನ್ನು ಬ್ಲೂ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಯಾವ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮೋಟಾರ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಟೈರ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲ. ಆಗ ಯಾವ ರೂಪಮಿಗೆ ಬಂತು? ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ. Then they started telling this to their friends. We are going to create a flight. ಯಾರು ನಂಬಿದ್ರಾ? Nobody believed. They all humiliated them, insulted them. The government threatened them. Don't fool our citizens. And everyone started calling them as lying brothers. ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳುವ ಸಹೋದರರು. ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು? ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳುವ ಸಹೋದರರು. ನೀವು ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಿ. But did they give up? Did they give up? Why? First stage and second stage already ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. And they believed in it. Now what is remaining is only putting it into action. And they started working on it. They never lost hope. And you see, this is the first flight that they created. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕೂಟರ್ ಟೈರ್, ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಇದು ಪೀಸಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಉಂಟು, ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ಲೈವುಡ್ ಪೀಸಸ್ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ ಇದು. It was success. When everyone said lying brothers, when government threatened them, did they keep quiet? No, because they firmly believed that it is possible for them. Because first and the second stage they had created. Only third stage was pending. That they did it. And today we are calling them as Wright brothers. Earlier they were known as lying brothers. See, from lying brothers to Wright brothers. They all did it. Same way. When you have a goal and when you share it with others, 90% of them will discourage you. ಇನ್ನಿಂದ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. Including your teachers, sometimes parents also will discourage you, your friends also will discourage you. But if you are very firm in it, if you are following the scientific steps of goal setting, first thinking, ati sukshma, then sukshma, you have to write a detailed action plan. If you complete these two, then success will be 100% guaranteed for you. So don't lose hope when someone insults you. When someone says it is not possible, you are wasting your time. Don't lose hope. You got the message? Yes or no?
Yes.
You see, best of the best cars. All this followed the same 3-step principle. What is that? First one? Ati Sukshma. Then the design of it, picture of it. What is that? Sukshma. Then construction started. Car manufacturing started. Which one? Which one? Stula. So Ati Sukshma, Sukshma, Stula. Understood? Have you heard about this man? Nick Vujicic? Have you heard? Today itself you have to go to YouTube and type. I have no time to show the video of it. Nick Vujicic. I hope you are noting down because there will be a quiz also. Yes, sir has already informed you. So be what is that? Focused. You know, he has no hands and no legs. ಎರಡು ಕೈಯೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎರಡು ಕಾಲು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದು ದಿವಸ ಇವರ ತಂದೆ ಇವರನ್ನು ಶಾಲೆಗೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ್ರು. And in the school, he was there doing something. Evening he came home and he discussed with his dad and he said, "Dad, from tomorrow I will not go to school." Then the dad asked, "Why, my son? What happened?" Then he said, "Nobody is talking to me. They are all making fun of me. They are all making insult to me. I will not go to school." Who said? Nick. To whom? To his father. So his father said, "Okay, my son, no problem. I'll give you two options. Option number one, thinking of your physical disability, you commit suicide. Get out of this world. I will not bother." That is option number one. Who is saying? Father is telling his son, "You commit suicide, no problem." But he gave him a second option too. He said, "With this physical disability, you can prove to this world that you can also become successful in life." Which option he has chosen? Option number two. A motivational speaker, authored so many books. You should see his video in order to get inspired. It is not the physical body which is powerful, it is the mind which is extremely powerful. He has used the power of the mind and he says that in the interviews. It is the power of the mind and the blessings of the Almighty that has made me to be what I am today. Look at this. Jessica Cox, what is she doing? She is a pilot. Not for the sake of photograph, she is a licensed pilot. But what is the speciality? She has no hands. She has no hands. Only with her legs. Again, not only that, she is a black belt in karate. Making use of only the legs. Competing with the normal people. See, power is not in the body. Where is the power hidden? Within the mind. Look at this. Mark English. You see, he doesn't have legs. But his dream was to become a mountaineer. When he was small, both of his legs were amputated for some purpose. Because of some illness that he was suffering from. But his aim was to become a mountaineer. He did not give up. With this artificial legs, he was able to achieve his goals. Oscar Pistorius, you might have heard about him. He is called as Blade Runner. Both legs are not there, you see. Only till here. This is artificial blades. But his aim was to become an athlete, champion in it. And he became. So everything is in your mind. Everything is there. All the powers are hidden in your mind. You have to start using it. Start believing in the powers that Allah has given us. Definitely you will be successful in your life. Now let us see what experts say about human mind. He says, this is Dr. Joseph Murphy. He says you can bring into your life more power, more wealth, more health, more happiness. How? By learning to contact and release the hidden power of your subconscious mind. There is a book called as The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. I request everyone to read it once. Book is not costly, maybe 100 to 200 rupees you will get it. Online also you will get it. Okay, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, authored by Dr. Joseph Murphy. So he says, all powers are hidden in subconscious mind. What is subconscious? I will tell you. Professor William James says, there is a law in psychology that if you form a picture in your mind of what you would like to be, and keep and hold that picture there for long enough, you will soon become exactly as you have been thinking. So, what do you want to become? First you should have a goal. And you picturize it, hold it in your mind, close your eyes and see what you want to become. You should see the picture, you visualize. And keep that picture there for long enough. Very soon you will become the same thing what you are able to create picture of in your mind. Albert Einstein said, the value of a college education is not the learning of many facts, but the training of the mind to think. Ultimately, the saddest part in the education system is training of the mind is lacking. Now, how many of you are in PUC? Raise your hand. How many of you are in degree? How many of you are in high school, 8th to 10th? Okay. You were in this education field or you are studying for so many years. Have you learned about the human mind? Have you learned about human mind? What is conscious mind? What is subconscious mind? How the mind works? Have you heard? Have you studied? Huh? Where you have studied? One star mark. Except psychology, nobody else will study this. That is the saddest part. So, this is what is required. Albert Einstein has said long back, still the concept of human mind is not yet included. It can be included in the high school level itself. So, we have a mission to go to different institutes and create awareness of the power hidden in them. That is to talk to them about the powers of the human mind. Dr. Holmes says, the mind once expanded to the dimensions of larger ideas never returns to its original size. So what he says is, when you start thinking bigger and bigger, the mind expands. The mind expands. And once it expands, it will never come back. Now for example, you take the rubber band. When you stretch it, it stretches. But when you leave it, it comes back to the original position. But what about clay? ನೀವು ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಚ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಹಿಂದೆ ಬರ್ತದ, ನೀವು ಕೈ ತೆಗೆದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಅವರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್, ಇಟ್ ರಿಮೈನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್. Alfred A. Montepart, he says, to accomplish great things we must first dream and then visualize. ಇದೇ ಅತಿ ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ರೂಪ. Then planning. What is planning? ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ರೂಪ ಬರೆಯುವುದು. Then believe and act. You will get it into third stage. What is that third stage? ಸ್ಥೂಲ ರೂಪ. Same thing, ati sukshma, sthula. Now coming to what is human mind. Nobody has seen human mind. Likewise, have you seen electrons? Who has seen electron? No one. Electronics we have. You are seeing what is this? This is electronic media only, isn't it? So without seeing electron, so much of advancement has happened in the field of electronics. So without seeing our human mind, so many miracles we can create. Okay? So it is like a source of energy in our body, like electricity. That's all is the human mind. There is no picture for human mind. Only for the brain there is. There is a difference between brain and mind. Brain is like a hardware and mind is like a software. In the laptop, what you can see on the outer side is the hardware. But inside there are so many programs which are not visible. So that is the software. So brain is like a hardware and mind is like a software. Coming to the types of mind. See, this is the head here. I have just animated. What is this picture? Can you tell me? This is an iceberg. And this is the water level. What you can see outside the water level is only a small portion, maybe about 10%. The remaining 90% is within. So, same way, we have conscious mind and subconscious mind. Conscious mind has only 10% of the powers and subconscious has 90%. So which is more powerful? How to use the subconscious? That no one has taught us. There are different ways to communicate to the subconscious mind. Maybe one simple one I will teach you today. Other things may not be possible at this time. So what are the differences between the conscious and the subconscious? One is 10% power, about 90%, approximately. Works when we are awake and works 24 hours. So subconscious will sleep? No. When you go to sleep in the bed, conscious mind will sleep, but subconscious will never sleep. So what is the difference? Two differences I told you. One is less power, conscious more power. Another one? Conscious works when we are awake. Subconscious works 24 hours. Like that, there are so many other differences also, but we will see the application part of it. Now you see, this is a ship. Who is the most powerful person in the ship? Who gives orders? Captain. Who follows the orders? Who follows the orders? These people. We can consider them like a crew members. So you compare your body to the ship. Okay. Your conscious mind you compare with the, who is this? Captain. And subconscious is like these crew members. Whatever the captain orders, can the crew member say not possible?
No.
Even if the captain gives wrong orders, crew members are supposed to follow it. Whatever captain says, crew members will say yes. Can the crew members say no? Not possible. So in the same way, whatever the conscious mind orders, the subconscious will always say yes. Subconscious knows only to say yes. That you understand clearly. So what your subconscious knows? Only to say yes. Only to say yes. Okay, see, our mind is like a garden. When you plant mango seeds, will you get coconut? No. When you plant banana, will you get mango? No. What you are planting, the same will be result. So if you plant positive thoughts, you will get positive results. If you plant what? Negative thoughts, you will be getting negative results. Sometimes you plant positive thoughts, but you are not confident, you have a doubt, then doubt is like a minus. So plus into minus will become what? Minus. There should not be any doubt. What you do it firmly. Then the results will definitely be positive. Okay? Now I will come to one important aspect. Listen to this very, very, very carefully. This is about auto-suggestion. And I request the organizers, I want 3 armless chairs here. Plastic chairs is also fine, or this type of chairs are also fine. 3 chairs I want here. One is already there, 2 more. 2 more chairs I need. One is existing, 2 more. For one activity. Okay. Now, I am coming to this auto-suggestion now. Listen to this very, very carefully. Okay. Very, very important. You will get instant results here, with which you can make the subjects easier also. Now, many said mathematics is difficult, right? Science is difficult. Now, let us see how to make it easy by just changing the mindset. Okay. Now, what is this auto-suggestion? Every statement that we say is like an auto-suggestion to our mind. Whatever we say, our mind says yes. Mind means I refer to the subconscious. Okay? I'll give you some examples. Don't you say, I am tired. Have you said, I am tired at some point of time? Yes or no?
Yes.
What your mind will say? Yes. When you say, I am tired, your subconscious will say, yes. And it makes you more tired. When you say, I am sick, your subconscious will say, yes. And it will make you more sick. When you are sad, when you say, I am sad, what your subconscious will say? Yes. And it makes you worse. I am not good in communication. I am not good looking. I am not rich. Nobody appreciates me. People take advantage of me. I am struggling for a living. I cannot afford it. I cannot do this. I am not good in my profession. The subject is very difficult to understand. Problems are very difficult to solve. These are some of the words that we normally mention, knowingly or unknowingly. But one thing you should remember from now onwards, whatever you say, your subconscious knows only to say yes. When you say mathematics is difficult, subconscious will say yes. Because subconscious knows only to say yes. You may say it for fun, but subconscious will believe even that. Subconscious will not understand the joke. Whatever you say, subconscious will believe and it gets the things done to you. These are all the negative statements that I gave you as examples. Now look at exactly opposite words. Earlier I mentioned I am tired. Now I am explaining you about limitless. These words are called limiting